Hey guys, this is Erik. Let's talk about inversions and how we can go from playing this to playing this. Same progression, same chords, same basic notes using inversions. Let's break this down. Chords are built on three notes, a root, a third, and a fifth. C major has a root of C, a third of E, and a fifth of G. These are also degrees of the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But we'll get into that another time. The lowest note we play in the chord is referred to as the bass note. If we play a C chord, C, E, G, and the bottom note here is a C, this is called root position. However, we can also play this with the third in the bass. We call that first inversion. We can play this with the fifth in the bass. We call that second inversion. An inversion is when the bass note of the chord is something other than the root. Now, if I know that a C chord is a C, an E, and a G, and I know how to find these notes and positions on the fretboard, I can play these inversions all over the guitar. Now, learning this stuff, I like to break this down into sets of 3 strings. Here we have 6, 5, and 4, the bottom 3 strings. Here we have this one. We have a G, a C, and an E. This is actually the fifth, the root, and the third. We slide it up, we have root, third, fifth. We have C, E, and G. Same 3 notes, C, E, and G, just in a different order. We slide it up again, we have E, G, C. Well, that's the third in the bass, and actually it'll look very familiar. If I carry over to the next string, I can play the same thing. That's right, this is the same as this, is the same as this, and actually is the same as this. Now, that's an octave higher, but it's the same notes. So basically you have 3 of these triad inversions or positions on each of these sets of strings, if you want to look at it that way. This may sound a little dry, but let me show you a few fun things. One voicing I love is what I call the wide stretch chord, and that's the way I was taught it was called. You have a C in the bass. Here we have the 6th string, the 4th string, and the 3rd string. Here we have a C, we have a G, and we have an E. And it just sounds really pretty. And you can also play the notes individually. You can also invert that. And there we have the E in the bass. That is first inversion. We slide it up again. We have the G in the bass. That's a second inversion. Now, these principles apply to minor chords, 7th chords. You can do inversions of 7th chords. And with knowledge of these voicings, you can create some beautiful harmonic lines. I just want to show the possibility here. Now, here we're talking about a C. Here we're talking about a G with a B in the bass. This is an inverted G. It's actually a first inversion G. Here we have an inverted G minor. We have an inverted F with the A in the bass. You have an inverted F minor, inverted C, back to D, inverted D to G. Here are some things you can practice to start getting this stuff under your fingers. But first, if you like this video, please take a moment, hit the like, and subscribe to my channel. I would love to do more if folks are interested. So you can play this C chord using these 3-note chords across different sets of strings. This one, this one, this one. We have this one, this one, this one. And a lot of this will seem familiar. You play this in your C chord, right? This may look familiar from playing a C bar chord. You may know that. You probably played licks with this. Right? Got this C bar chord here. Anyway, getting back to point. You have this one, you have this one there, and you got this one. And again, you have this one. The other thing you can do is use an octave jump to help learn the fretboard. And this is a pretty cool little trick. And here's what that looks like in C. So I have just played every C note through the 15th fret, all by using this little trick. So I have a C here, I have a C over 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 here. Knowing where that C is on each string is really going to help you. And look at how my hands are going all over the place. They're not just staying in one place. Oh, we're in C. I'd better stay here. Or I'd better just play this pentatonic thing here. And these notes will fit, I hope. You can use this octave jump. You may have to memorize it at first, but a lot of these things will seem a little familiar. If you want to find all the notes of C, E, and G all over the fretboard, let's do the same thing with E. We have an E chord, right? We have E in the bottom, E in the top. We have an E here. We already have 3 of these E's, but the pattern is the same. And then you can do the same thing with G. These exercises will really help you begin to get out of feeling locked in one position of the guitar and maybe connect the dots in your playing and really stretch out on the fretboard. To really take this further, we really would want to talk about major scales and intervals, but we'll cover that in another video. A sneak peek of that is that you could play a major scale up and down the fretboard, not just across like this, and you can play more than one note at a time. This syncs right in with inversions. You start learning this stuff, it all comes together and your playing will really transform. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you like this video, please hit subscribe, drop me a comment, disagree with me, agree with me, and hope to see you in future videos. Thanks.